Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan Eric.
And we are live here at the CTV studios in Wellington, Florida, the Grand Champions Polo Club on Field 4 for our continuing action in the 2023 Sieber Memorial 12-goal tournament. And a good shot there of the scoreboard. And, of course, the World Polo League flags flying in the distance there. And there, it looks like the wind is blowing from the west today. This field runs... Well, it runs east and west, so it's going to be a little easier to run towards the beach, towards the playa, as they say, to the east and to the west yet. And two good teams today here. Let's get the introduction.
Thank you very much. Very good morning also from me. Looking forward to this, the sixth match of the Sieber Memorial 12-goal 2023. Newport against Woodmere. Let's start off with Newport, of course. As always, at number 1, Gene Goldstein coming in off 0 goals. Then Juan Monteverde coming in at number 2 of 5 goals. The second 5-goaler in that team, Michel Dorignac, playing at number 3. And then the very, very strong 2-goaler by the name of Ted Moore playing the number 4 position. Over for Woodmere then, Alex Berkland at 1 playing of 0 goals. Juan Villamil at 2 of 2 goals. Grant Gansey, he's everywhere this season, playing at number 3. And of course, just coming off his big win on Sunday in the All-Star Challenge at number 3. And Alejandro Novillo Estrada, the man, as you call him, Dale, the special sauce, is playing at number 4 of 7 goals. Our 2 umpires this morning are Esteban Ferrari and Roddy Matthews, and as always, our third man / IRO, Mr. Steve Lane.
You got it. So it looks like they had them all lined up out there, ready to go. And Newport coming off into this game 1-0. They won their first game and pulled it out in overtime, actually. And Woodmere, they lost just on the edge, too. They're right there at the end. So they're 0-1 at the moment. So an opportunity for Newport to go 2-0 and for the Woodmere team to go 1-1. And after you saw our games yesterday, Dundas, they pulled out the win. And now they're 1-1. And if you remember our Senfest Excalibur, they were 2-0 looking to go to 3-0. And so that was a huge game by Dundas, Jan, to pull out the win there, because the Senfest would be sitting perfect now. And so all these games, very tight in our 12-goal. We love the 12-goal polo. It's been super fast and running and gunning. Look at this. It's going to start out early here, right out of the bowl-in on the breakaway. Once, twice, the shot on goal. And, yeah, as they're going to pull one out, Gene Goldstein's going to take one right out of the lineup here, and this is one of the quickest goals we've seen at the beginning of the game.
It is indeed, and once again here on the replay, you can see not wasting any time, just a little snapshot there. Didn't have to do too much. Cracking first goal here, but just to latch onto what you were saying about the goal of the game yesterday, Dale, Dundas really pulled out all the stops, because up until half time, it looked like that Sunvest Excalibur were very much in control. They turned things around very much in the second half to make it a very close win at the end, 12 goals to 10. So absolutely very close matches here. And now back to the action. And after that quick first goal there from Gene Goldstein, not wasting any time, here we go then. And Woodmere, of course, the team in the white shirts coming back. And that was Alex Berkland. So both number ones making a very quick impact here early on in this first chapter.
Two power polo plays to start out this game. I'm telling you, we just saw the finals of the All-Star Challenge, which was unbelievable. The speed and field two, very fast. And now this 12-goal game has started out even faster. Great goals here by Goldstein and Berkland. And this is what you want on both of these teams. These teams work the design of the number one pulling the team. They'll leave Alex Berkland in the front and Gene Goldstein in the front. And both big guns, Alejandro Neville Estrada and Michel Dorniak, they'll feed the ball out to them. And it's great to see these two guys start scoring goals on their first runs.
And you just mentioned Alejandro Neville Estrada, another finalist from last Sunday's All-Star Challenge, of course. Unfortunately, not coming in first. That team was a cracking game coming in second. So two WPLers here with Grant Ganzi on the one side. And, of course, Alejandro Neville Estrada on the other team. Back to the action we go there. Once again, Newport in blue. And we were speaking about him a lot, Dale. The man with the number 2, Ted Moore, very, very strong coming in off 2 goals. But so is this man, Alex Berkland, having already scored one. So, as you rightly said, a nice open start here. 1 goal apiece. Both teams coming in off 2 goals. And now it is Juan Villamil over on the far side. Gets pushed out of the equation there by Ted Moore. Still in possession of the ball. Turns it around. Ganzi trying to appeal to the umpire there, wants to possibly also clear the way a little bit. Once again, Alejandro Neville Estrada, and that one went ever so slightly out to the left-hand side.
Yeah, bad luck there. They worked it down all the way. Villamil, nice run. He gets it down in the red zone here, and it looked like it was a great leave there for Alejandro. Alejandro looked like he was a little upset with himself. Just kind of skirts off to the side. And we'll have our first knock-in here for Newport, or actually second knock-in, and while they are using Gene out in front.
Yeah, and nice to see that Ted Moore, the man with the number 4 in his back, the 2-goaler, taking those knock-ins. Very quick pass over to Dorniak, and then, as you said, over to Gene Goldstein. And Gene Goldstein, of course, one of those players who just loves his polo, loves getting involved. But now, Alejandro Neville Estrada, avoiding the hook. Coming in there from Juan Monteverde. Now, Juan Monteverde, of course, very important player in that team because Newport won their opening match 10-9 in overtime in Dundas. That was that very, very close goal, which then came to Juan Monteverde scoring it in overtime. And that is what's put Newport with a 1-0 coming into this, their second game. Woodmere, they lost their opening match against Senvest Excalibur by 7-9. And as you said, Dale, both of these games, all of these games actually, very, very close.
Yeah, Monteverde, he'll work as the battery, as you say. He's the energy player on the Newport team. He works very well with Michel Dorniak. They work in the number 3 and 4 position. Or actually, they switched around, put Ted back there at the 4 and Juan at the 2, the 2 and 3 position. And like you said, Ted Moore's done a fabulous job. Ted, a lot of polo back in the day. We talked about it. The Broadacres Polo Club in Oklahoma, Norman, Oklahoma. Their family owned the Broadacres Polo Club, which I can tell you is some of the best fields in the country back in the day. Used to hold a 20-goal tournament there every season, every year. So that was one of the stops. If you played the 4 opens around and the Silver Cup, they played the East Coast Open. They also played up at Saratoga. And then they also played out in California, and then they would play in Oklahoma. So you could actually travel the country, start in Boston, work your way to Saratoga, Saratoga to Oklahoma, and Oklahoma over to California. And the tournaments were all set up perfectly on timing to be able to play all 4. And I actually played all 4 one summer. We had a lot of trailers running around that summer.
I can imagine.
A lot of horses too, but we most players played usually play the East Coast or the West Coast. But a lot of players would play one game in the East and then go out to the West. But it was a lot of fun, and they had an amazing club there, right in Norman, Oklahoma, and that's the home of the home of OU, Oklahoma University,
Gotcha.
the Sooners.
Gotcha. Well,
Fun little town.
Well, I can tell you, dear viewers, I've just had a look at some very, very great photography that Dale brought in this morning. And I got to say, Dale, my goodness, you were a handsome devil back in the day.
You like me with hair, do you? yeah, give that up to my wife. She was actually trying to re-spark her energy last night, I guess, looking at pictures. But, yeah, a lot of fun. Back to the action here as we got out after our courtesy change. Remember, it's going to be Juan Villamil comes in on the little gray pony here. He switched on to this horse. We are going to use the courtesy change. And Juan does a lot in the front. He's been very strong. Double G jumps into the rumble seat, and Juan keeps it out in front. I like the little gray mare here, Yan. Nice ride off here. You get a good look at this. Watch this little gray mare gets underneath a larger horse. She's a small little mare. Look at she gets up underneath, and Juan uses her perfectly to keep it out in front of Monteverde.
Yeah, not only that, but also the pass that came in from Alejandro Navijo Estrada. He timed it just perfectly there. So nice to see how this Woodmere team are gelling very well.
Out of here, Alejandro, once again, he's the maestro, and I call him the special sauce in the World Polo League. He's playing very well in both leagues, all the leagues that he's been playing in. For Richard Bell, he played the number 4 position in the high goal. He's playing the number 4 today, and he uses his team very well. He is playing, as they said, they put him down a goal, and he has been playing 2 goals better. So he's done a fabulous job this season. I like seeing him play in the medium goal also, and that's one of the main reasons why I love to talk about the 12 goal all the time. You get to see these top high goal players right here. They're playing the World Polo League, and then you get those young players that are coming on and some of the top sponsors that are want to play from past polo. And this 12 goal has been very fast. Birkeland, once again, 2 for 2.
Cracking goal. Really, really nice goal here. So Alex Birkeland, he's on fire here in this opening chukker. The pass came. Watch this now here on the replay. And there it is up to the front door. Again, perfection here from that pass. And just that one touch just slams that one away. Cracking. But again, Alejandro Navijo Estrada teeing it up in such a way that Birkeland had easy pickings here.
Yeah, they're playing just straightforward polo. I like the power polo plays. They have Villamil and Grant in the middle, and Alejandro playing the 4, and they're letting the number 1 pull the team. And here you go. Look at another breakaway. We're going to get 5 or 6 goals scored here in the first chukker. Wow, just off to the left side there. So a little bad luck for Ted Moore, but a nice run out of the bowling.
Yeah, nice to see that Ted, who's of course playing the number 4, also here in this team with Newport, playing that rotation, going up front here. We'd like to see that when they do that. You know, bringing all the players into the game. Alejandro Navijo Estrada just being told to just give it a.
I think you might have chukker there, Zay. Yeah, I think it was right at the end. It was in between when that ball was rolling out, and actually Alejandro, well done here. Using the clock as they leave, he'll start with the possession. So they'll end their first chukker play. As we said, we are live from the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 4 today for the 2023 Sieber Memorial. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day, and the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Back to the action here. Second Chucker action, 2023 Sieber Memorial. Newport, Gene Goldstein, Juan Monteverde, Michelle Dorniak, and Ted Moore. They're in the blue jerseys today. Woodmere with Alex Berkland, Juan Villamil, Grant Gansey, and Alejandro Novisa Estrada. They're in the white jerseys. And Woodmere, and Eric Frank came out very strong here in the first Chucker.
Did they ever? Alex Berkland, well, first of all, was Gene Goldstein getting a very quick early goal for Newport, but that was it for Chucker number 1. Alex Berkland picking up 2 cracking goals. Again, we've got to highlight the fact that Alejandro Novisa Estrada was absolutely fantastic in setting up those balls or those goals with 2 great passes. Juan Villamil also getting another perfect assist, putting a goal through, and Grant Gansey picking up a penalty. An open goal penalty, which is how they left the field at the end of that first Chucker. 4 goals to 1. As you say, Dale, we are now back here, top of Chucker number 2. And it's been well, it's been, as you said, just a good game of polo here on the move there with the number 2 in blue, Juan Monteverde. And once again, he just went over the line. Just went over the line. He tried to save it there out of the jaws of that of the goal mouth, but just a little too late.
Okay, golazo, Juan Monteverde. This is not an easy shot. He carries his ball down the left side. Watch his open back shot with English and spin. Dead center.
Brilliant.
Okay, golazo. That's beautiful. That is poetry in motion. You need to keep an eye on Juan Monteverde. Trust me, he will grind in the middle of the game. I love him at the number 2 position, Yan. He's got a lot of energy. Very good with the polo ball, as you can see right there with that super strong finish. Look at this guy. Alejandro's very strong early in this game on the gray mare.
Yeah, sends that ball deep down the field, going for the long-distance shot, but you can see slightly overcooked it. Maybe should have had or taken, if he could have, a little more time. But Alejandro Novisa Estrada, Dale, you've highlighted him quite a lot so far this season. Absolutely top-notch the way he's playing here at Grand Champions Polo Club.
Yeah, he's come into this season very fit, very organized. Congratulations, him and Rosie having a baby. Going to have another little Estrada running around. He's got 2 sons, but he's been playing great polo. This polo game, though, has been awesome for the 12 goals. It's very clean, very fast. Now it's going to be Estrada. Ooh, they come together here. Get a whistle. And Alejandro's asking, he just said what was going there. He thought he came from the side. Berkeley comes in for the back shot. He opens it up. Look at the angle. Oh, there's the angle. Yeah, and they come in from the side of the call. Alejandro coming in there, I guess, from the side. And they're going to talk about it, I guess, see what they do here. And they're going to say no foul. And I'm going to go with this play right here. I think it's a great call because, remember, you are allowed to ride in from the side. That ball was at a 45-degree angle coming across the field. And Monteverde was on the line, but Alejandro came in and came from the side, and that's a legal play. We don't see it happen too much, Yan, because it's not an easy play. But they were at a standstill, and Alejandro read it perfect. So I guess they must have went to our third man, and they bowled that ball in. But it looked like a really good call from here on all of our replays, and now it'll be Estrada.
In the corner, trying to just weave his way out of there. Still Alejandro Novisa Estrada. He needs to be careful. In comes the attempted hook, but he's going to pick that one up on the near side. He tries to slam one under the neck there. In front of goal to pick up the loose ball, Grant Gansey, but I believe we had a whistle just before.
Yeah, Grant's going to reach out here. It looked like he kind of reached a bit. We'll see if they take a look at it. He comes down the field, and maybe it changes a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, you got the blue player, Les Rangel. You got to go for it there. You might as well. Worst case scenario, penalty 5 from the spot. Sometimes they will move those to the center, but that would be if there was too many fouls. They're going to go for the spot hit. He might get away with that one, so I commend him to go for it. Good shot, but it was a reaching call. So nice call by the umpires. And it'll be picked up by Newport now. It's going to be Grant Gansey.
Yeah, and that ball just now nearly went in. Again, a very, very close shave. The shot coming from Alejandro Novisa Estrada. Well, clearly he is on a mission here this morning in this first game. 3:34 then. There you see, or you could see that the ball was had just been cleared. 3:34, a whistle and a courtesy change.
Yeah, great near side back shot to save the goal on the end line. Talk about Juan Monteverde. This guy, he's a hustler on the field. He's always going to be in the spots he needs to be. He gets there, and that ball was right on the end line. But I love the angle that he hit. Remember, everything's angles in polo, and you're better to hit a ball 2 to 5 yards with angle than 130 yards straight back. Read perfectly by Michel Dorniak. And remember, the player following the ball always going to have the right of way over a player moving from left to right. Grant Gansey comes from left to right. You get the right-of-way violation.
So, as I said, 3.5 minutes played. Boys coming back out very quickly here. Courtesy change. No, well, we try to keep it within about 45 seconds. And they've been very, very good, the players, at coming back as quickly as possible out onto the field. And I hope, of course, you at home watching this on CTV Sports are enjoying. That's 3:39 to be precise. 4 goals to 2. And it all really went very much in favour of Woodmere in that opening chukker. Alex Berkland hitting the target twice. Juan Villamil, a cracking goal from him. And then, of course, Grant Gansey, that open penalty too. Now then, ball is back in play, and we are down to 3.5 minutes left in the second chukker.
Both teams moving the ball quickly today, and hitting the ball deep. It's going to be a true breakaway here for double. Oh, no, guys, look at that. I didn't realize that Ted was still back. Ted's going to get their neutral play by Double G, now picked up by Villamil.
Juan Villamil, yeah, just a little bit unlucky. Very steep ball, but again, incredible pace here being displayed. And we spoke about this yesterday in that 12-goal Sieber Memorial. You know, on paper it says 12-goal, but it does sometimes give you the feeling of, or it looks at least like it could be anything like between 15 to 18 goal. Ball back in play by the Blues, Newport, and it'll be Michel Dorignac. What looks like to be an unloading of a big, big shot. Here it comes. Over onto the far side. Yeah, again, very, very precise here. A little deflection coming off the pony's leg. Alejandro Navijo Estrada, he saw that 2 were facing the way downfield towards the east. Alex Berkland and Villamil. Down the line comes Gansey. He's been told to leave it. Now, Alejandro Navijo Estrada is within shooting range. Just needs to get those shoulders in a position where he can open them properly. Here it comes then. Little lofted shot as he put a bit of a spin on that. I think it might have just hit the post and come
go off the post. And almost Grant Gansey would put it away, and then a great save by Dorniak.
So both of these teams not only very strong in offense, but also when it comes to defense. Again, with the number 1, Alex Berkland, working very well, working very hard, surrounded by blue shirts. Down the line comes Grant Gansey, and I believe we have a whistle on that play.
Yeah, it looks like Grant's going to be in a good spot here. You get the melee play in the corner. We call it the coffin corner because once you get down in there, it's tough to get out. Now, Berkland, see that ball bounce back, and they spin around there. It looked like Dorniak jumped on the right of way there, and Gansey's going to ride that one out, and you're going to get a turning call. See if they take this one. You're in the corner down there, so this was a play or your ball placement. So do you have a shot on goal or not? And that's what they're going to be talking about on their ball placements. You have the 2, the 3, the 4. They might move this back to a 4 based on being in the corner and not having a shot at the goal. And we'll see exactly where they put it. I think they dropped it at the 60. Yeah, 60-yard shot. So good ball placement based on Yan not having the availability to shoot that ball. It was in the corner, so you need to bring it out. If Grant has an opportunity to shoot that, they can move that one over to the 3 to get in the open goal. And you usually see it in the corners.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Well, that penalty for did not go anywhere near the target. So once again, Ted Moore getting things underway with a knock-in. Turns it around, and he is all over the place all the time. Alejandro Navijo Estrada, as you said, coming into the season extremely fit. Gansey now tries to just keep that ball in place, slightly overcooked it ever so slightly. But again, Woodmere putting on a lot of pressure on Newport.
Yeah, Grant getting a few touches there. He worked very hard on Sunday. I had a great interview with him, and he played a little different position on Sunday. Instead of getting the ball and being the ball guy, running the ball, he had to do a lot of hooking and bumping in that game. They freed up Bartolo Castanola a few times, about 11 times. And but he had so much energy. He was thrilled with the team, and a very successful Casablanca team to win the All-Star Challenge.
Here we go then. Newport turned it around there by Juan Monteverde with that superb goal that we saw earlier on in the second chucker. But once again, Alejandro Navijo Estrada, can he get around the outside on the near side? We had a similar situation just a few seconds ago when Grant tried to keep the ball in play. Ball is still in play, and it'll be Vijamil now. It goes over the back line, so a little bit unlucky there with the clock ticking down with the last few seconds of play here in the second chucker.
Also, 1 goal difference here in the second chucker. One unanswered goal by Newport to bring them a bit closer, but no goal scored by Woodmere. So you got to give the Newport team some credit here on their defense. They actually shot a goal a few times. Remember, we will have our stats after our third chucker. Stay with us. We'll be back for our third chucker. Live from the Grand Champion Polo Club, field number 4, the Sieber Memorial.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
And as the drone flies over the headline there, we're going to fly into our third chucker of play here. Dale Schwetz, Anna Frank, CTV Sport. Thank you for joining us here. Third chucker. And, well, it's been a wide open game for 2 chuckers, Jan.
It has, and it's been very, very modest when as far as fouls have been concerned. They've both been very, very fair, very, very agreeable here. We've had 1 or 2 little situations which were overruled that the players appealed against. Once again, a very good morning to you if you've just joined us. 4 goals to 2 as it stands at the moment in favour of the team in white, Woodmere. And after a cracking opening chucker there in the first, where they scored 4 goals, they didn't score any in the second. But Newport, after that great first goal from Gene Goldstein, came back with an absolutely brilliant goal from Juan Monteverde. So they've had to get all their ducks in a row, and they have done. And as you said, Dale, playing a very, very good defensive play or game in that second chucker, keeping Woodmere at bay.
Yeah, they've been shooting that goal. It's not that they haven't had the attempts. It just have been both teams. Well, the Newport team just missing the goal a bit, along with Woodmere in the second chucker. But some great offensive attack. We'll be able to check that on our stats. We're going to whistle right here. 2 players come together. A little flip right there. And then 2 players come together. Grant Gansey right there, number 3 in the white. He's got to have the lesser angle. You're going to get a reaching call against the blue player there. That was a pretty easy one to see with the drone footage. And do you remember that player fouling the ball? Always going to have the right of way over it. So right there, Monteverde's got to come make a ride off there. It has to go near side. And Grant Gansey right on top of it. So penalty 5A, and it'll be Estrada.
Alejandro Novijo just tapping that ball in a little bit closer. Now sends it over to the left-hand side. You had a player there with the number 2 waiting. And that, of course, is none other than Juan Vijamil. He will send it back into the danger zone, looking for either Gansey or Alex Berkland. So another set play here from Woodmere. Navija Estrada now back also right in the thick of it there, trying to send a lofted chip shot over all the players to get it back into that danger zone, but it'll be picked up now by Michel Dorignac, man with the number 3, 5-goal player, of course. We have 2 5-goal players, but Alejandro Navija Estrada coming in off 7 goals is the highest ranked player here in this Sieber Memorial match. Number 6 on a... And we've got to just say it again, Dale, absolutely another immaculate field, number 4 here at Grand Champions Polo Club. The boys and the ground staff team have been doing an absolutely fantastic job getting those fields back in the perfect condition that it is.
Ted Moore everywhere. Going forward, Ted also a 5-6-goal pole player in his prime. So he's carrying at 2 goals now, so he's got the action. Look at this ball from Ted. He's got Michelle on the move, near side next shot coming. Cleaned up nicely by Estrada. He'll leave it for a double G.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there. You could see, you could anticipate, and he knew he had to take it on the near side. And, of course, to take it on the near side in itself, of course, is not an easy shot. But then to do a near side under the neck, which is what he would have had to or could have done, was a very, very difficult shot to do. But definitely an A for effort.
On the run. What a shot by Ted Moore, though. Just shows you his knowledge of being, I told you, said he was a 5-6-goal pole player in his prime, and he see how he hit that ball early to the center?
Yeah.
That gave Michelle the opportunity to get on that ball earlier. Instead of taking it down the sideline and increasing the angle that he needed to shoot a goal, he snaps it early.
Yeah.
And that was a great play by Newport. They just had bad luck finishing.
Yeah, very, very clever play here. So, once again, Alejandro Navija Estrada. You'll see him a lot throughout this game. Sends that one out to the left-hand side. Ganzi, not able to pick it up. Once again, in the blue shirt, Michel Dorignac. Now the 2 number 2s battling it out, Villamil and Monteverde.
Working well together, both teams. You know, each player taking a man out, passing the ball very well.
Another one of those long drives up to the front door now. Can Alex Berkland keep this one in play? Slams on the brakes. And the ball is still, but only just inside. A little under the neck would have been just what he needed, but once again, cleared. Good defensive play. They've been doing that so well, especially in Chukka number 2, Newport. But can they turn defense into offense? Left now for Monteverde. Nice little steal here. Monteverde coming back, wants to get the ball back from Villamil. Looking for the little gap over on the far side for the open space to work with. And also, Juan Villamil wants to obviously not go down without putting up a little fight there to try and get the ball back. Sent back down the field by Dorignac. So it's a bit of a tennis match at the moment, going from left to right, right to left. Alejandro Navija Estrada will try and clear things up nicely here. Long distance shot. And that just goes ever so slightly out of bounds.
And that's where they've been going back and forth. Both of these teams, where we had all the scoring in the first chucker, really. We had one more in the second. But it's been a fun game to watch in the middle of the field. Just both teams going at it and not being able to put it between. You see there, have a little chat there, Alejandro and Ted Moore going off the field, the 2 number 4s. And so just shooting that goal, the stats should clean things up here at halftime, based on the amount of shots on goals and the knock-ins. This will take us to our courtesy change. And this is a tournament in honor of pole player Robert J. Sieber Jr., who died from a polo-related accident August 22nd, 1984, at the Oak Brook, Illinois. That was the Oak Brook Polo Club there. Was owned by the Butlers. We talked about that, Yan and I. And a fabulous place. I think at one point they had like 15 fields there. And just an amazing place just outside of Chicago, of course, Oak Brook, Illinois. And his legacy continues with this annual tournament. His family will be coming in. We always usually see the family. And his brother, John. And well, you said the tournament was first created by the Oxley family. And that's the now defunct Royal Palm Polo Club down in Boca Raton. And that were 2 different venues there. They used to play on Glades Road, was the original Royal Palm Polo Club, and then they moved it out the Military Trail further out
Okay.
when Boca started to grow, and now I'm talking about it when come together here, and it's gonna be an interesting meet here. See what they got here. It looked like they hit that ball across the field. I think Grant Gansey jumped on this ball quickly. What a play. They decided to go down the center with his ball. This is an amazing play by Grant Gansey. Fires his ball down the field right in there. And they're going to call a foul on him for crossing over afterwards. But, I mean, what a great meet. But a good call because, he hit the ball. He met the ball on the line, but then he fell across afterwards. So bad luck for Grant there. He has to belly it the opposite way. But he did put that ball through the hoop. I don't think they'll use that play again. Good read.
Ted Moore from the center, then after that foul called, sends it out to the left-hand side, looking for, once again, Juan Monteverde. One of the 2 5-goalers on that Newport team. But also, Dale, what is, I think, very, very nice is that this year in this Sieber Memorial, we have a total of 4 very talented ladies making up the roster, of course. We've got none other than Sarah Siegel-Magnus and Mia Cambiasso playing together in one team. Then, of course, and we saw her yesterday, Hope Ariana. What a great player she is.
You mean the Hope Ariana show yesterday?
Yeah.
7, 8 goals she scored. And they used her very well on the field. That very strong teams in the 12 go every year. Gino on the move.
Goldstein, he likes these. And, of course, Mr. 100%, Gene Goldstein picking up his second goal of the match. Again, a good read, good anticipation, gets himself in that perfect position. And then pretty simple finish here. Again, just a little flick of the wrist here. Elegance in motion by Double G. Well, we've got 2 Double Gs, Gene Goldstein and Double G Grant Gansey.
Yeah, it's a Double G day, yep. You got that going last year. We know Gene Goldstein loves to play in the front of the game. He scored the first goal of the game, and that could be good and bad because the minute he got out in front there, Alejandro went to the defensive side of him, and so they've been controlling him since that first goal. But now Gene coming alive here in the third chunker. He had 1 breakaway, looking for 2 here, 2 in a row as he takes it inside the red zone and controlled by Estrada.
On the back line there, he just stopped that. He put the slammer on that one. Now then, Grant Gansey, good first touch. Look at that pony open up very nicely. Gansey, of course, I'm sure still very much on a high of last Sunday's final. Left behind, now the rotation. They're all moving up. Alejandro coming back into the offensive modus operandi. There's the backhand shot, nicely done. No white shirt to be found. Oh, a cheeky little steal here. But right under the watchful eye there of Esteban Ferrari.
Yep, Ferrari in a good position here, and just a back shot from Vijamil. It's going to get met perfectly by Michelle Dorniak. Dorniak was just waiting there, and he is another maestro when it comes to this medium goal polo. Uses his team very well, captains his team at a very high level. Great ball control, and you notice he uses the open game. He plays a lot of polo with Gene Goldstein, so they're the combination. He hits the big ball to Gene. Gene pulls the team, but when it's time to shut it down and control the game, number 3, he's got all the moves. He's got the horses. He can grind with the best of them. Very strong player. His young son Milo playing now very well. Actually, he's taller than me. Milo used to be shorter. They're all getting taller than me now, I guess.
I don't know what you're on about, Dale. I think you're a very handsome statue of a man there.
Yeah, just cool seeing the young guys grow, get bigger and stronger, and we got the future of polo, and we love that on CTV Sports. That's why we cover everything from 6 goals to 26 goals. Very important to showcase these young players as they come along, and we didn't have that back in the day, Ian.
No.
No. We barely had we just a few write-ups here and there, and now today with the technology and also CTV Sports being able to use the technology. Now we are not using the challenge system in the medium goal. We mix that up. It's all based on tournament conditions with the tournament committee, and we had a new tournament committee got together and gave a variance yesterday. Maybe we should go over the variance for some of the people who didn't watch. Well, you're allowed to wear black or white pants. And the Dundas team are definitely not changing the pants now.
No.
They're going to wear black every day because they came out and they showcased the black pants, and they showcased them at a high level.
Looked very good indeed. No, looked very, very good indeed. And that, of course, is also a nice little reminder to let you know what we've got going on tomorrow. Tomorrow, the 1st of March, of course, Wednesday, the action continues over at Santa Rita with the Polo School and the Women's League. That'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning. But then at 11 o'clock, we continue the action with the Founders Cup. Brookshire up against Richard Mille. 1 o'clock then, the top pony, 8-goal Raful versus Aurea Polo. And then the much anticipated, and we've been waiting for that, 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, the final of the Sterling Cup. Scone versus Valiente. Again, Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2. So another fun, packed day of great polo coming your way tomorrow here on CTV Sports.
Yeah, you want polo, you got it tomorrow here. They all come together here at the end, and that's going to end our half. So we'll go into our second half. They'll go ahead. I believe time ticked down. I'm going to make sure. Check with our mounted officials just to make sure. But I look to believe that that foul or the whistle that they blew, we'll see what they decide to do here. And that's going to end our first half of play. So.
Bit surprising there, Dale. The Woodmere team coming in so strong on the first chucker, and then the last 2 chuckers are both goalless for Woodmere.
Yeah, no, it's gone to a defense battle. Here it goes to our halftime stats. 4-3 as it comes across. Look at the shots on goal. We talked about it. Woodmere, 12 shots on goal. 8 knock-ins by Newport, so they've missed a goal 8 times, but only 2 misses by Woodmere. That's good. Pretty even on the throw-ins. Fouls even, and you go down, only 1 penalty shot made on the 30-yarder.
So that, again, great for these stats. Thank you very much. So, Dale, the second half to come. Where has it gone a bit wrong for Woodmere? What do they need to do?
No, I just think they're playing the game back and forth, but when 2 teams play very well, sometimes you get good defense. The difference is both teams are definitely going to go in, and Woodmere definitely took a lot of shots.
Yeah.
The Newport team knocked in 8 times. So they need to get better shots. Now, they'll talk about whether they're taking the shots too fast or, they'll also maybe how to get away from the defense. Newport playing some good defense that's stopping them from making good goals. So that's where the stats line out very well. So stay with us. We're going to go to a little commercial break, short commercial break, and we'll be back for our second half of the 2023 Sieber Memorial.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I feel like it's home. We've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now, But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Oh, welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Jan Erik Frank, and we are live here from the Grand Champions Polo Club Field 4, 2023 Sieber Memorial. We went through the stats, Jan, and, well, the stats don't lie.
Yeah, they don't, and they show a very clear picture. Once again, a warm welcome if you've just joined us here, halftime break. Newport pacing themselves, a goal per chukker. Woodmere, well, they shot a lot of shots on goal in that first chukker, which is how they left the field leading by 4-1. Chukker number 2 and 3 were goalless for Woodmere, and just a goal for Juan Monteverde. A cracking goal that was in chukker number 2. And again, Gene Goldstein in goal number 3. So, and we were talking about it just now in the halftime interval. What would you suggest?
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to say, in the end, the stats read that Newport probably playing a little better based on their shots.
Yeah.
They only had 2 knock-ins. I mean, the Woodmere team only had 2 knock-ins, so they only missed a goal twice, but they only shot 5 times. But the Woodmere team shot 12 times a goal, and Newport knocked in 8 times. So definitely, I know Alejandro and Grant, Juan Villamil and Alex, you know, they had a great first chukker, one of the best first chukkers we've seen this year in any of our leagues.
Without a doubt.
4 goals in 1 chukker to start off. I mean, they were just flying. They scored. Berkeley came in and this led the team, and then they didn't score any goals for 2 chukkers. But if the opposing team knocked in 8 times. So definitely talking about, okay, guys, when are we going to shoot? How we're going to shoot? Maybe we're rushing our shots.
Yeah.
Work out the offensive attack a little better.
Well, I'm sure that would have been one of many points, topics of conversation in that halftime break. Players are back out on the field. Once again, Great to have you with us here on CTV Sports. The score, as we just said, is 4-3 in favour of the team in white. Let me just quickly run through the players once again. Woodmere then with Alex Berkeley and Juan Villamil, the 2-goal player at number 2. Grant Gansey at number 3, playing off 3 goals. And Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Easy to spot him. He's the man with the red, Bordeaux red helmet, playing off 7 goals. Highest handicap player on the field, Newport, Gene Goldstein at number 1. Juan Monteverde, the first of our 2 5-goalers at number 2. Michel Dorignac, the second, playing at number 3. And, of course, the very, very strong Ted Moore playing at back of 2 goals at number 4. Here we go then. Ball was about to be thrown into play. Our 2 mounted officials are Esteban Ferrari and Roddy Matthews.
Back and forth, it's going to be possessions and who can score goals quickly. Let's see if they what they talked about in the 10s. Look at this.
A little cut-shot attempt, yeah.
Juan have an opportunity there. Monteverde, quick start here by Newport. Great pass by Michel Dorignac to find Monteverde out in front, and he was quick. He jumped up there. Grant Gansey was running down there trying to jump on that right-of-way, and they're just going to go with the knock-in. No, they are going to go with the penalty, so I like this call here because Grant Gansey was actually right on the right-of-way there, and Monteverde comes from right to left in front of him. So good read here by Double G to get in on the right-of-way. So you have a penalty 5A there in favor of the Woodmere team.
Little backhand chip shot there by the number 2, Juan Monteverde, looking again for Gene Goldstein. Goldstein opens his shoulders, has that, got the angle. The finishing touch coming in there from Ted Moore, not quite able to get enough power on that shot. But again, there is, of course, that young man, and that is how you do it. Juan Monteverde getting the first goal of the second half. And not only that, Dale, they are level. 4 goals apiece here with 6.5 left to play in Chaka number 4.
Yeah, Ted does the work and gets the ball down inside the 16. And Monteverde finds the open space right there. He had 2 players, Alejandro and Juan, went to the standstill there. And Monteverde just worked the ball around them. Once he finds the open space, finish with the next shot.
Well, they're also doing a very good job at winning those throw-ins, Dale. Once again, Newport, the team in blue here, picking things up nicely, feeding the ball over to Michel Dorignac. He didn't get a clean shot on that. Juan Monteverde, he's going to try and drill one into the danger zone. Once again, plays it back to Dorignac. Dorignac gets a hook there from Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Well, he got lucky. Now then, plays it out into the open space, but straight away, Alejandro in hot pursuit, and he will hammer that one back up and over the halfway line, hopefully looking for a white shirt. I think he was looking there for Alex Berkland. Newport trying to get the ball back. Nice little shot there from Gansey. A deflection. He's going to pick it up on the near side. Just shy of touching the boards. Again, turned around by Dorignac. The 2 number 3s battling it out there, but Newport will come out on top in this play. Now then, another chance. Well, he didn't get underneath that well enough, but he's going to get a second crack at this. Mr. Goldstein, a little cut shot maybe is what is needed. Well, he got the ball out of... Oh, yes, nicely done. And on the near side, did that go through?
Gene gets the play here. That ball actually went down inside. Gene put inside. Berkeley went for the back shot. And then Gene actually does score the goal, but there might be a foul here. And we'll see what they decide. Michelle, he's saying, no, it's a goal. And Alejandro. But what happened was Gene, he was out to the left side. Okay? So I'm going to take a look at this one right here. They're going to run this one back for me. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this one. This is a close call, so we're going to take a look at it once again. There we go. Let's run the replay here, guys. So Gene takes the ball down, and the ball pops down inside. And then Berkeley goes for the back shot here. And this is where they come together. And then Gene comes across in front, foul on the play. No goal, foul on the play. So they're going to go ahead and drop this ball, and it would be no goal, foul on the play on the review. So we have a foul on the play on the review. So you saw where Gene, he came from right to left. and he comes in front of Alejandro to make the near side next shot.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got the two players following the right of way there. So just bad luck for Gene. If Gene would have stayed on the offside, now Alejandro's on the near side.
Yeah.
But because he was being ridden off by another player, so just bad luck, but a great shot there by Gene Goldstein.
Very, very well done. And I'm sure he will be a little bit upset about that, but also happy with that shot because that really was a cracker shot. Now then, Juan Villamil taking the ball down the field, all on the near side. Again, Newport able to pick up that ball, but they are deep in their own half. He will leave Ganzi behind and Birkeland. In comes the number 2 there in white, Juan Villamil, and we have another whistle.
And they come together here, and this is just a pack of players running down. It starts with Michelle Dorniak, gets a big ball down the side, and remember what I said earlier, player following the ball, has the right of way over a player moving from left to right. The drone footage is always a little bit easier to see those plays sometimes. But good positioning here by the mountain officials. And now this is where you need to watch out in the game of polo. Anything 20 yards from the center, and Frank, I talk about it all the time.
Yep.
They're going to move these down to the 60 because it doesn't make sense to keep them in the center. It's actually a good foul. Yeah, go for it. Maybe they don't blow it. They're only going to move to center.
Sure.
Then you line up and you win the play. But when they move them to a 60 and they're a goal shot penalty, then the team start understanding, well, we got to make sure we clean our game up in the middle of the field. And that's why we've seen a lot of open games lately, a lot more open games. If they do put that ball at the center, you see a lot more fouls in the middle of the field. So this is just a great way to handle it. Great ball placement here by the three-man team out there. And Dorniak's going to get an opportunity here to break the tie from the 60-yard mark. Penalty for Michelle Dorniak. Ooh, off to the outside. Great look there by the drone footage also. Oh, they're going to call that in, but if they trigger this one, we'll see what happens. They're going to call this wide because that ball was definitely wide. And we can see that on the, watch this right here. You can, yeah. We have a great look at that one here in the studio, and that ball is left of the post.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So a great trigger there. I think the umpires were on it anyways. And as you can hear him talking out there. So good job by the team out there. Well hit.
Very well hit. Villamil on the ball. Tries to send that one with a little bit of a spin on it up to the front. Alex Birkeland was sort of anticipating that ball to come through. Now, once again, there is that shot, but Ganzi will not get there in time. Nicely cleared. Newport able to get that ball out of the danger zone. Man with the number 2, Juan Monteverde. So on a couple of occasions here, Newport a little bit unlucky, denied taking this game into the lead. As I say, very consistent, a goal, a chucker. Both of these players, Gene Goldstein and Juan Monteverde, the two gentlemen who have scored so far for Newport. Turned around, picked up once again by the number 2, Monteverde. Yeah, little stick down, good play by Villamil. He would have been through, and I'm sure that would have been another chance and a shot on goal, but Woodmere just having to bide their time. A little mistake here, that could cost them dearly. Now he must make a move out of the way there. Juan Monteverde and 2:27, and we have another interruption with a whistle.
Well, again, man, just kind of moving around the field as a pack, you could say. Clean, but the ball's moving across the field right there, and now you're going to get a player, Monteverde's going to fall over the top of the ball as Grant Ganzi and Michelle Dorniak were riding down the right of way. And that'll push us into our courtesy change with 2:23. And so they, as he said, just kind of a ballet. It's a very clean, open running game. Beautiful horses. Every time a team goes to score, the opposing team just raises their level of defense and takes their shot away. We haven't had any true breakaways
No.
since the first Shucker.
No, we have not. We have not.
Was Gene Goldstein on the breakaway and Alex Berkland on the breakaway.
It's very